Have you ever wondered where your life truly began? Was it the moment you took your first breath, or does it stretch back billions of years? Is your existence part of an unbroken chain that connects you to the cosmos? Join me as we explore the incredible journey of life and consciousness that transcends time in this video. Where does your life truly begin? I've often asked myself that question, especially on quiet nights gazing up at the stars. Was it the moment you drew your first breath, when the world filled your lungs for the very first time? Or did the story start even earlier, back when one tiny cell already carried the complete blueprint of who you would eventually become? Maybe it stretches back to when your parents met, or when their parents passed along the spark of life that now kindles in you. Yet what if none of those moments really marked the beginning? What if the tapestry of your existence reaches beyond a few generations, beyond centuries even, spanning billions of years? Imagine your life as part of a grand continuum, unbroken from the dawn of the cosmos. Every atom that composes you, oxygen in your breath, carbon in your cells, iron coursing through your veins, was forged in the colossal furnaces of stars that shone before Earth even came into being. You are not just an individual living a single lifespan. You are the universe made manifest, a product of eons of cosmic evolution. When I contemplate this, I feel a profound connection to everything around me. It's humbling, yet incredibly empowering, to think of myself as part of a vast cosmic lineage. And so today, I invite you on a journey beyond the limits of everyday thinking. We'll trace this unbroken chain back through time, all the way to the very origins of existence itself. Before we venture forth, consider subscribing if you're drawn to exploring life's deepest mysteries, about consciousness, the cosmos, and our place in it all. To truly understand where your life began, we must peer beyond what we think we know, looking to the stars, to the infinite, and to the wellspring of all that is. Pause for a moment and consider this from my own perspective. If life is a story, when does my personal chapter truly begin? Some might say it all starts at the moment a sperm meets an egg, when my biological journey first took shape. Yet I can't help but wonder if that's really where things commenced for me. As I trace back through my own family history, I see how my parents carried the genetic blueprint that would become me, just as their parents had before them. Each branch of my family tree represents a thread in a tapestry woven across countless generations, an unbroken chain stretching back through time. It's humbling to think that every ancestor I never met played some part in paving the way for my existence. But then I realize it doesn't stop there. If I go beyond the human story, beyond mammals, beyond even the first single-celled organisms, my life's origin can be traced back to the ancient oceans, to that faint spark of life billions of years ago. All the atoms that make up my body, all the molecules that sustain me, first came together in a moment that was anything but random. It was a culmination of the universe's intrinsic drive to evolve and change, set in motion at the dawn of time. Reflecting on that vast expanse makes me question whether there's any single precise beginning point to me. Am I just another ripple in an endless chain of cause and effect that began when the cosmos was born? If that's the case, then my life isn't a solitary event. It's part of a grand, unceasing wave. And when I let myself fully feel that connection, I realize how deeply intertwined I am with all that has ever existed. It's not just that I'm in the universe. In a very real sense, the universe is in me. I still remember the moment I realized how ancient my body truly is, that each atom has existed for billions of years. Think about it. The carbon fueling your cells, the calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, all of it was forged in the heart of ancient stars that lived, burned brightly, and eventually exploded in tremendous supernova. Those scattered elements then mixed with interstellar gas and dust, giving rise to new stars, new planets, and finally to us. In other words, we're made of stardust. As Carl Sagan so poetically said, we are star stuff. That idea changed how I see myself and my place in the cosmos. We're not separate from the universe, we're part of it. The atoms in our bodies have likely been in countless other forms, stars, planets, maybe even living creatures, before finding their way into us. Each breath we take is a continuation of a timeless exchange of matter and energy. If this perspective fills you with the same sense of awe I felt, consider hitting that like button. Sharing our reactions can help others discover this cosmic heritage and explore our interconnected place in the universe. I've often found it astonishing to think about the journey of the universe, not just as a collection of stars and galaxies, but as a story of self-discovery. Imagine this. At some point, the cosmos didn't just create matter, it awakened to its own existence, through us. For billions of years, atoms formed molecules, molecules became cells, and cells evolved into beings capable of thought and imagination. Somewhere along that timeline, consciousness emerged, not as an isolated phenomenon, but as the universe's way of perceiving itself. Isn't it mind-blowing to think that the same particles forged in distant stars now reside in us, giving rise to thoughts, dreams, and emotions? But how does consciousness arise from matter? I've read theories like integrated information theory, which suggests that once a system becomes complex enough, awareness is inevitable. That resonates with me. It's like watching a symphony where each instrument, atoms, molecules, neurons, comes together to create something profoundly greater than the sum of its parts: awareness. Yet science alone doesn't satisfy this question for me. I find myself drawn to the perspectives of ancient teachings, especially those from Eastern philosophies, which suggest that consciousness isn't just a byproduct of matter, but something far deeper, a foundational element of reality. This idea feels profoundly intuitive to me. What if we aren't just beings with awareness, but awareness itself, experiencing the universe through a personal lens? This perspective has changed how I view life. If my consciousness is part of a universal process, then I'm not separate from anything. Not from you, not from the stars, not from the infinite expanse of the cosmos. My experiences, no matter how small they might feel, are moments of the universe reflecting on itself. And if consciousness is universal, maybe even eternal, it forces me to reconsider big questions about life and death. What if the essence of who we are doesn't end but continues to contribute to this grand cosmic dance? For me, this perspective brings a sense of wonder, connection, and responsibility. It reminds me that every thought, every moment of awareness is not just mine. It's the universe alive in me and in you too. These questions challenge us to rethink everything we believe about birth, life, and death. If the atoms in your body are timeless, and if consciousness is a fundamental part of the universe itself, how can we truly define an end? For much of my life, I saw existence as a straight line, birth as the beginning, death as the inevitable conclusion. But as I've reflected more deeply, this perspective feels incomplete, almost like an illusion. What if death isn't an ending, but a transformation? A step in the cosmic dance, where matter and energy flow in endless cycles like the rhythmic breath of the universe itself. Think about it. When the body stops functioning, its matter doesn't vanish, it transforms. Our physical forms return to the earth, nourishing the soil and giving life to new things. The energy that animates us follows the same universal law. It doesn't disappear, it changes, adapting to a new form. That realization reshaped how I see myself. Not as a fleeting moment in time, but as part of a vast, eternal cycle. Nature is a profound teacher in this. When a tree falls, it doesn't die in the way we think. Instead, it decays and enriches the earth, becoming the foundation for new life. Stars, too, offer a breathtaking example. When they die, they scatter their elements across the galaxy, creating the building blocks for new stars, planets, and possibly even life. This endless renewal is the essence of existence, reminding us that birth and death are just concepts. In reality, everything is interconnected, perpetually transforming. Death isn't the opposite of life, it's part of life, just a single moment in an infinite cycle. When I embrace this perspective, it changes everything. I no longer feel like a fleeting spark in an uncaring universe. Instead, I see myself as part of something infinite. The energy within me is the same energy that creates stars, moves oceans, and sustains forests. One day, my current form will transition, but that energy will continue, becoming something else, somewhere else. This thought fills me with both humility and wonder. It reframes endings not as something to fear, but as a doorway into the universe's boundless creativity. Recognizing this truth is deeply empowering. It invites me to live more fully, to marvel at the intricate beauty of existence, and to trust in the wisdom of the universe's unfolding. After all, we are not separate from the cosmos. We are the cosmos, in motion, in transformation, forever becoming. Where does it all begin? To explore this, we look to the most celebrated origin story of all, the Big Bang. Roughly 13.8 billion years ago, everything we know, the universe, sprang forth from an infinitely dense point, a singularity. In an instant, it expanded, creating space-time, matter, and energy, sowing the seeds of everything we see today, from distant galaxies to the atoms in our bodies. Yet the more I reflect on it, the more I'm struck by this remarkable truth. The Big Bang didn't conjure matter and energy out of thin air. It reshaped what already was. Physics tells us that matter and energy can't be created or destroyed, only transformed. This means that the stars above, the Earth below, and even we ourselves are all connected to that singular event, cosmic echoes of the same primordial explosion. Some scientists go further, suggesting that our universe may be just one among countless others in a vast multiverse. Each universe could have its own Big Bang, its own life cycle. This idea fascinates me because it challenges the notion of a single beginning. What if the Big Bang wasn't the beginning, but a beginning? A continuation of an eternal cyclical story that stretches beyond anything we can fathom. But then I wonder, what came before the Big Bang? Quantum mechanics offers a tantalizing hint, suggesting that even nothing is filled with energy and quantum fluctuations. Could one of these fluctuations have sparked our universe? And if so, what triggered it? These questions spiral into a deeper mystery. Was there ever truly a starting point, or is our desire to label beginnings and endings simply our way of coping with infinity? What amazes me most is this: you and I are part of this epic. The atoms in our bodies, the energy that fuels our thoughts, and even the wonder we feel contemplating these mysteries are all strands in the cosmic tapestry. To think that we carry the echoes of billions of years within us, it's humbling and awe-inspiring. It makes me wonder what role we're meant to play in this grand, unending story. And so, here we stand, not at the end of a journey, but perhaps at another crossroads in a cycle that never truly concludes. As I reflect on what we've uncovered together, I realize this story isn't just about the universe. It's about you and me. It's about how we've always existed, not as the exact beings we are now, but as parts of an endless process of becoming. The atoms that make us, the energy that fuels us, and the consciousness that guides us are all woven into the same infinite tapestry. For me, this realization is both humbling and exhilarating. It's a reminder that we're not solitary fragments drifting through existence. Instead, we're the cosmos itself, seeing, feeling, and thinking through our unique perspectives. This truth makes me wonder, how will I honor this fleeting, brilliant moment of awareness I've been given? How will you? If I'm honest, this understanding shifts how I see everything, from the smallest interactions to the grandest dreams. It reminds me to approach life with a sense of awe and gratitude, knowing that I'm both a part of something vast and the entirety of that vastness reflected in my own being. What about you? How does it feel to realize you're inseparably connected to this endless cycle? If this journey has sparked something within you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What resonated most deeply? What does it mean for you to be a participant in this eternal process? Let's start a conversation about the beauty of simply existing. And if, like me, you feel called to keep exploring the mysteries of life, from the stars above to the depths of consciousness, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. The journey doesn't end here. It's always unfolding, drawing us toward new insights, fresh perspectives, and infinite possibilities. Let's continue together, one step at a time, as we embrace the endless adventure that is existence. From a religious perspective, the question of where life truly begins often extends beyond the physical and cosmic to touch on the divine. Many faiths teach that life is not merely a biological process or a series of cosmic events, but a sacred gift, imbued with purpose and meaning by a higher power. In Christianity, for instance, the Bible states, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you." Jeremiah 1:5, suggesting that existence begins in the mind of God, long before physical conception. Similarly, Islamic teachings affirm that life and the soul are entrusted to humanity by Allah, with a divine plan for every individual. Hinduism and Buddhism add another layer of depth, emphasizing the eternal nature of the soul, or Atman in Hinduism, and the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, samsara. From this view, life doesn't have a singular starting point, but is part of an ongoing journey toward spiritual growth and enlightenment. In these traditions, the essence of a person exists eternally, transcending individual lifetimes, and is intertwined with the fabric of the universe. Even within religious frameworks, there is often a convergence with the cosmic perspective, the idea that life is part of something far greater than the self. Whether viewed as the unfolding of God's creation, the interplay of karma, or the fulfillment of a divine purpose, religious teachings remind us that existence is sacred, interconnected, and imbued with meaning beyond what we can fully comprehend. This perspective calls us to live with humility, gratitude, and reverence, acknowledging our unique role in a divine and universal narrative.